Rob Thompson, and I'm the Strategic Alliance Director in the Department of Electronic and Electrical Engineering. So the Department of Electronic and Electrical Engineering, it's the first department of electrical technology in the country here at UCL, and is now one of the leading departments in the country for electrical engineering. Electronic and electrical engineering has worked with the media and creative sector for a long time. The BBC is a great example of where this has happened. There have been multiple projects that have come with the BBC. Those have spanned from networking questions, how do you create optical networks to take really high resolution video directly out of the camera and mix that in a studio context, through to how can we understand the behavior of the audience members using the iPlayer from the data that they collect and using artificial intelligence.
VR is part of the technological evolution of how we consume content. You could think that VR is here because we have already the technology, the display, but we don't have the possibility to send this avalanche of data on current network. One of the big questions is how can we deliver this huge content? We recently got a new project funded by the government and in collaboration with BBC. The project is aimed at making virtual reality, augmented reality systems a reality, so a possibility to be used for everybody. We are trying to improve the recommendation system.
The UCL academics have worked with the BBC to get access to their data and are understanding how that data can be used with AI technologies to give better suggestions to you as a consumer. And this is part of a larger research program which is trying to understand user and audience behavior. So in the recommendation engine, we're looking at what users might want to watch. And if you translate that to the virtual reality content, the research team are looking at how audiences and users will interact in a VR environment. And that has lots of benefits for the content creator, but also it helps to stream the content across and reduce the amount of high quality video footage that has to be streamed.
We are highly complementary, BBC and our team. So we look at problems from a fundamental research challenge. They look at the same problem, but for also a practical aspect of this is their player, this is how it works, and these are the problems. And together we try to solve this. The impact is the possibility to have interaction in a virtual environment, so no matter where we physically are, in an environment that can be related to entertainment, healthcare, education, and any other possible that you can name. The relationship with BBC is a very special one because it allows us to understand real-world problems, real-world challenges that BBC has, real-world data sets, and we can tackle from our fundamental research, but with these real-world problems that we want to answer.
Collaboration with industry is really a true collaboration. We no longer work with the assumption that academics create knowledge that's then deployed within industry. We believe that industry has as much value to provide the academics as the academics have to provide value to industry. And therefore, when we have a collaboration, we're learning from how technology is deployed. We're developing algorithms or technology that then goes into the company. We understand, working with the company, how it performs, what perhaps restrictions the company has on how they could actually deploy something, and that helps us to develop our research and outputs further to have more chance of real-world impact.